What's up guys, my name is DeadVerse, and we're going to use the X9 Maverick in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Zombies. The X9 Maverick is a 3-round burst weapon that has a special ability later on in this video, so stick around and you will see what I'm talking about. Time to get some melee macchiato, and let's take advantage of the double points insta-kill that we got earlier. Let me just hit fire these zombies, and then of course let me get these ones that are over here. And like I said, melee macchiato is one of those perks where it's like it can be good and it cannot. It just depends on the game. From here we're going to shoot these zombies so we can fill up this spore, and then from here let's just keep on moving around. And like I said, the spore, I feel like it does take some zombies to fill up, but honestly it's not even that bad. From here, let's just get this last zombie, and I got some loot. Let's see how this weapon does at handling these dogs, and luckily for us, it does take about 2 bursts to kill them. Now I got some armor just in case so I could be safe. Now let me just get these ones that are coming in. Now we're going to go around and of course get these ones. Where's the other one? I'm just trying to look for him. Oh, there you are. Now from here we got max ammo. Let's go. To get Pack-A-Punch on this map, we need to eliminate zombies that came out of the spore, and there are like 4 of them, so it's not that bad. Now from here, let me just try to go for the head, and then what we're going to do is use energy mines so we can eliminate the zombies, and then from here we're going to get our power up. That's pretty nice. I like that. Let me just get these zombies in the head so that we can complete this one, and then we're going to move on to the next. Now let me just rotate over here and let energy mine do its work, and then from there we can keep on moving. I can get these last zombies that are right in front of me, and then from there we can go upgrade. Time to upgrade the X9 Maverick, and let's see its special ability. And look at that, it's an increased fire rate, and I just love that. Now it's going to make the burst weapon much more powerful than it already is, and then from here we can shoot its head so we can take advantage of that benefit as well. Let's go. Time to use energy mines so we can get some speed cola. And one thing I have noticed is anytime you pull out equipment or field upgrades, you can actually get perks and also skip the animation, which means that you can get it without having to struggle in gunfights. Now from here we're going to do, of course, to kill the zombies that I just stunned. Just move around and get these ones, and it also has a lot of ammo too, 102 rounds. That's actually pretty crazy. I feel like as a burst weapon that's going to be very helpful. Time to buy some juggernaut as always, and then from here we're going to do just keep on shooting these dogs and also the zombies. And I got so many power-ups, so of course I'm going to save that nuke for the end. First of all, we're just going to get these ones, and now we got the nuke. Let's go. Time for some stamina so you can get some instant sprint to fire time and also run faster. Let's kill these dogs that are coming right in front of us. And like I said, sometimes it's actually not that bad to stay in the house just because it's a close quarters area, and I feel like the dogs can come out of any direction. I feel like that's very good. Let's use the electric trap for the TED task, and the thing is that the electric trap hasn't came back in a while, and I'm glad to see it back. It's one of the first classic traps ever featured in Call of Duty Zombies, and for it to be in this game is kind of funny just because it is a Nuketown map, and of course that's a classic. From here we're almost going to complete this challenge, and we finally have done it, and now we're going to see what we get from this chest. And let me just get that Green Reaper, and then from here we got some pretty good stuff. Okay, I'm liking that so far. Now that we're in Destroy Nuketown, let's just see how we do against these zombies, especially the fact that we got this Mimic right here. I will say that it does struggle a little bit against the Mimic, but the good thing is that of course we have our equipment that we get to use. Oh, I almost died. Fortunately I have Quick Revive with Dying Witch because of course I always have backup at my disposal. From here we're going to reload. Let's just get the zombie and we're good. I almost died right there, but the good thing is I always have consistency, especially when it comes to something on my sleeve. Now what we're going to do here is of course use Dead Wire to take advantage of the burst weapon, and then from here we got a free perk, which is kind of rare in this game, but luckily for us it came out. Now we're going to do here is of course reload and just keep on moving. I'm curious to see how double tap and Deadshot does on this weapon. I mean, so far it's pretty decent damage against the head, and I feel like the fire rate can be increased even further. Now let me just get these ones and move on. Time to test Deadshot. Let's see how it does on this weapon. Will Deadshot change the X9 Maverick? Well, let's find out. And so far it's able to get more consistent burst kills. I feel like now it's turning from a 2-shot to a 1-shot, and I feel like Deadshot is one of the best perks in this game, and I mean so far it speaks for itself. I'm able to kill them much quicker and also be more efficient with it. Time to get some melee attacks against these zombies, and let's just shoot this Mimic to weaken him and punch him. I always wanted to punch a Mimic, and now I got the opportunity to do so. Now let me just get these zombies of course right here, just making sure I punch them one at a time, and then of course use the gun just to make sure I can consistently kill them with the burst. And then of course just to make sure I can punch them so I can get our highest rarity. I stunned the zombies right here, and now we get to punch them fully, and then from there we were able to get the rarity that we desired. And then from there what we're going to do is get something from this chest, and we got pretty decent stuff, especially PhD Flopper. Let's go. Anytime I see PhD Flopper it always makes me happy because that perk for the longest of time was not in Call of Duty Zombies. I don't know why the developers wanted to exclude us from having PhD Flopper because they thought it was too overpowered, but honestly perks should be fun like that. Like imagine a combination with using the M1911 with PhD Flopper, especially if they're akimbo. Maybe that's something you'll see in a future video, who knows. But so far we're going to do of course, so we got Volt Trade so we can get some more salvage and then kill these dogs. And so far like I said, just killing them in one burst, and that's just so satisfying to use. For me we got some max ammo. Time to get critical kills during this TED task with the X9 Maverick, and especially with the increased fire rate it helps so much with having Deadshot because now you can get consistent one-shot kills. And in the right hands you can make it as powerful a weapon as it can be, and I just love that so far. It's really good. From here, we're going to do is of course keep on shooting the zombies at the head, and we're about to reach the highest rarity, which we have now achieved. And then from here, we're going to do is check out the chest and let's see what goodies we got in store for us. And we got some pretty good stuff, an ether tool and mule kick. Nice. I enjoy doing 10 task challenges because they always offer a unique set of skills and abilities that one must do in order to be successful, especially with the X9 Maverick. I mean, the fact is that headshots are always a necessity, and I feel like it's always the main priority. From here, what we're going to do, of course, is just kill these zombies, and I feel like body shots aren't as strong as suit, and that's why most of the time I always try to go for the head, because I mean, with any weapon, but especially burst weapons, it's always an essential requirement. From here, we're going to use energy mine because of course that helps a lot with killing these zombies. Let me just get these ones right here and let's go. Let's upgrade the X9 Maverick, the Pack-A-Punch the X9. Let's see how we do against these zombies. And having dead wire allows me to freeze them in place. Then from here, we're going to do a slide, and that was kind of a weird slide, but the good thing is that we got over here. And we're going to kill his mimic and just get the rest of the zombies that are in our way and just move backwards because of course any walking movement speed is actually pretty decent. Now we're going to do of course is just get as many headshots as possible and just making sure we stay alive as well. Let's get some elemental pop, and one of the augments that I have for elemental pop actually makes it so that I only activate dead wire. Some people might think that, oh, what's the point of doing that, because wouldn't you want to activate more ammo mods? However, in cases like this, whenever I'm testing out any ammo mod, I want to make sure that I'm using one consistently. Now we got some instant kill, and from here we're going to kill the zombies much even quicker than usual. And then what we're going to do of course is just shoot these ones. I do see a power over there, we'll grab it. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Now we're going to get that one and we're good. Time to use equipment to kill zombies, and the good thing is that we actually have Semtexes, and also a TED task machine actually gives us some grenades to use, and let's just take advantage of those right now. Time to use our Semtex grenades, and the good thing is that we're at purple rarity. However, we need to get some more grenades so we can kill these zombies. Let me see what I got. Okay, I got a frag grenade, maybe that'll help us. From here, let's just shoot these zombies, and then from there we're able to get the highest rarity. Now let's see what we get from this chest. I got a C4, let me just throw that over there. And now we got some 2 perks, let's go. Pretty good. One of the main challenges in modern games has always been trying to balance armor with our health. Because back then, of course, it was pretty simple. We knew that we needed only health to survive. However, with armor in the equation, I feel like now it's more challenging than ever to feel like, okay, how can we balance this in this game? Time to kill these dogs, and the good thing is I have them lined up right here so we can take advantage of dead wire. Let me just get these ones that are over here. Some of them, they do spawn in kind of far for some reason. However, for us, the good thing is that we're able to kill them pretty quickly. And then from there, we got max ammo. What if you wanted to camp in these buildings? How will you do? Will you do well? Well, let's see how I do. So far, what we're going to do, of course, is just make sure that we can kill this mimic, because of course, he was grabbing me right there. Now, of course, let's just keep on killing these ones. And I do have energy mine in the room next door, just in case. Then we just shoot these zombies that are coming my way. And just making sure that I move around, and let me just get these ones. And like I said, being in these rooms is a little bit quite tough, but the good thing is that with our setup, we're able to survive pretty well. What about this house? Do you stand a chance? Well, let's see. So far, I'm going to do is of course kill these zombies that are right in front of me. And like I said, one of the main challenges of these houses is the fact that you are in close quarter situations. So you want to take advantage of the equipment you have, because of course you want to make sure you can survive. Let's just kill the rest of them that are coming our way. There are so many zombies, especially on round 26. And I always love using the rampage inducer because I feel like for me, I always like that challenge. And sometimes I feel like when it comes to just me killing zombies, it just makes it so much easier to deal with them. Now, of course, what we're going to do is just keep on moving, and we got these ones, and let's go. We got full power. Although I will say I do love camping inside of the houses, the best training spots on this map are the backyards and, of course, the Pack-A-Punch area. I mean, think of it this way. You have so much to train with, and, of course, you have a lot of ways to use your equipment and also field upgrades, and I just love that. Right now, with the X9 Maverick, we're able to survive, and, of course, we have energy mines, so we're able to take advantage of it and just make sure that we can be successful. Because that's obviously important for us. And let me just move over here and just get these zombies right in front of me. And then from there, I'm going to get these last ones and move on. Time for some hipfire kills with the X9 Maverick, and so far it's actually doing pretty solid, just because of course we can get some body shots or headshots. Now of course what I'm going to do is just move around and just make sure I take advantage of that. Now of course let's just keep on shooting them and reload, and just making sure that of course we're getting as many shots as possible because this gun is great. I did freeze the zombies in place, and then from here we're just going to shoot the rest of them, and so far we're doing pretty good. And then we're able to get the highest rarity. Let's see what we get. Let's check out the chest, and we got some pretty goodies. I love that. We got melee macchiato. One of the new mechanics that Black Ops 7 Zombies introduced were mystery perks, which means that anytime you complete a challenge and you get a mystery perk, you get a free perk. Or if you have all the perks, you get what are called internal perks, which means is that when you go down, those perks stay on you, which means that you can have those perks for a longer period of time. Time to get these dogs, and I just love the fact that you can finally get on the bus and truck, just because of course I'm able to fully see how this does against the dogs. Now of course let me just keep on shooting them and just making sure we take advantage of that. Let me just go over here and let me just find the rest of the dogs. Where are you, little sneaky ones? Now I got you right here, and finally we got max ammo. Time to get zombies kills while crouching, and this gun's actually pretty solid with that. I mean, let's think of it this way. We're able to kill them pretty quickly, and then from here we could easily get these zombies. One thing of course I will say is that your movement is limited, but the good thing is that we're able to get these zombies pretty quickly, just because of course this weapon's actually pretty solid. And now we're going to do here, just keep on shooting these zombies and just making sure we take advantage of whatever power it has. Let's just spray and pray these zombies, and hopefully we got highest tier rarity right now. But first, let's just get these zombies that are in our way. And we were finally able to get the highest rarity, and let's just see what we get from our box. Hopefully we get some great things that of course we all love to get, and then let's just see. And now we got some pretty goodies. Okay, stamina up, let's go. As a result, we did lose some perks unfortunately, but the good thing is that of course we have energy mine, and we're able to get most of our perks back. And then from here, let's just kill some zombies so we can get some more money. Yeah, that was a sacrifice in that gameplay. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, however, unfortunately I did lose some perks. The good thing is that of course we're able to showcase the fact that, you know, we survived and we made it, and of course it's always important for me because I want to make sure I can show you guys the best highlights, and of course some worse ones. I mean, it depends. From here we're going to use insta kills so we could deal with these zombies, just because of the fact that, man, they get tiring sometimes. But the good thing for us is that of course with our gobblegum setups, we always make sure that we can survive and maintain our position as king. Now of course I do see those double points, and I just love that. Insta kill and double points is such a great combination. Now let me just hip fire because of course I want to kill the zombies. Now I am about to die, so I do need to make sure I gotta be careful. Let me just move around and get these zombies, and man, it's a little bit of a challenge, but that's okay. Now that we have energy mine, let's just deploy it and just make sure that we can survive. Now of course this mimic is over here, but let me just keep on moving. And I just love the fact that I feel like Paradox Junction is pretty unique. I mean, you have two versions of this map, and it plays a little bit differently because one, I mean, it's kind of gloomy, and then the other one is like more bright. And I just feel like the differentiated scenery, I feel like gives them more replay value. Now of course I just shoot these zombies that are right in front of me, and man, there are so many of them, but we got them easy peasy. Time to stun these zombies in place so I can able to shoot them as much as possible, and maybe you'll see what's coming next, who knows. Time for Pack-A-Punch 3, and let's see how we do against these zombies and the mimic. And with insta kill we're able to kill them pretty fast. The good thing is that we have a much more powerful weapon in our hands. Now for some reason I kind of slid right there, it was kind of weird, but the good thing is that now we can reload and reposition ourselves. From here, let's just kill the zombies, and the good thing is that with Deadwire we're able to freeze them in place. I do see that nuke, maybe I'll grab it in a bit, but of course what we're going to do is take advantage of the fact that this weapon has a pretty good headshot multiplier, and then we use energy mine. We don't need a nuke. I thought we were going to need a nuke, but luckily for us we could just use some stun grenades, and then from here let's just get the rest of the zombies, and of course just move around, try to go for those headshots. Let me just get these ones over here, and then from there we can move on. Time to complete our next task, which is to stay in this marked location with the X9 Maverick and of course last long as possible. And it is quite of a challenge because of the fact that we have to stay in this position, but the good thing is that with the X9 Maverick we can easily survive this and just move around and make sure you can take advantage of those kills to the head. From here we're going to throw some grenades, and then just making sure that of course we take advantage of the X9 Maverick, because of course this weapon can easily get those zombies right off our hands, and especially with so much ammo and just the fact that it has a pretty good aim walking movement speed, I feel like it just makes a huge difference for us. Now of course let's just make sure we have energy mine, and then of course we do have the best shield in the game because we use the gobblegum, so we can make sure our shields last longer, and just making sure we can get those kills quickly. We're at 23 seconds, and then from here we're so far at blue rarity. Hopefully we can get the purple rarity and maybe the highest, but who knows. Let me just punch these zombies and just make sure we don't get killed, because of course that's scary. From here we're at 5 seconds, and then we could just finish them off with the X9 Maverick, and then maybe we'll use this hand cannon. Let's see what happens from here. And then luckily for us, we were able to get purple rarity, not the highest one, but the good thing is that we were able to get at least something. And then for me we got some goodies. Okay, that's good. That was quite tough. I mean, the fact is that anytime it's a hold the location challenge, I feel like it's one of the most difficult ones. You know, you have to have so much equipment and just make sure your field upgrade is pretty good, because of course in those challenges it does take some time, and I feel like, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I don't really showcase it as much, just because I'm like, you know, it's not particularly on skill, it's just more of survival based. But I mean, hey, if you guys like that, just let me know down below in the comments, and maybe in the future I'll do more of those. From here, let's just finish off these dogs, and luckily for us, Deadwire is actually pretty good, just because of the fact that it stuns them in place, and it just makes it so I can kill those dogs much quicker. From here, let's just get the rest of them. Some of them take a while to come in, but we got max ammo. Time to exfil Paradox Junction with the X9 Maverick, and let's see how we do against the main boss enemy, which is the mimic. Let's see. Now that the mimic has spawned in, let's just shoot him at the mouth, and let's see how we do. So far it does take a while to shoot him, but the good thing is that we have some equipment we can use. Now we're going to do, of course, is just shoot him at the mouth and just making sure we move around. Let me just get that reload in, and then from here let's just shoot him right now, and just making sure I can get as many shots as possible. The zombies are around me, but the good thing is that we just got the mimic. Let me just shoot him just to make sure. And now from here we're going to exfil fully, and then if you stick around I'm going to show you something unique that you will like right now. Let's see. This is the best class setup for the X9 Maverick assault rifle. For the optic we're going to use lethal tools elo so we can see zombies at a further distance. For the muzzle, we're going to use a Defense H suppressor so we can get more salvage. For the barrel, we're going to use a 16-inch OS density barrel for better vertical recoil control and also higher magazine count. For the underbarrel, we're going to use EM Steady 90 grip so you can get better movement speeds. For the rear grip, we're going to use a Pillory grip so you can get benefits to our aim down sight speed. For the stock, we're going to use a Strider Overstep sock so you can get improvements to our aim walking movement speed. For the laser, we're going to use a 5mm Lockstep laser so we can get benefits in hipfire and ADS accuracy. We're going to use for the fire mods the bolt carrier group to increase the fire rate. This has been a full breakdown of the X9 Maverick assault rifle and Black Ops 7 Zombies. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.